ever onward.
With haste.
Need something? Oh, darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special. I guess it sounds awful.
The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think?
Get to the point.
Do not trust a devil. Is that plain enough? Refuse him no matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you. The cost's always too great.
He spoke of a cure. We have to at least hear him out.
Take a single step towards him, and he'll dog you the whole journey. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure. But the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything. Well met.
Well, I'd like you to join me.
That's the spirit.
And I suppose I should level
Sharp
up.
as ever.
Certainly agonizing blast. And Devil's Sight. Think I'll go with that. Hex is a strong option. Like this happens, like this is an AoE, right? I should probably. That's also that's a cone. That's an AoE. I should keep that around for now. And Armor of Agathis. So I won't replace the spell. Okay. I think I'll go with Pact of the Chain. Misty Step, and at this point we'll get rid of the lower level AoE for a Cloud of Daggers, I think. Yeah.
Sharp as ever.
And actually, I think I maybe don't even want to use. So I don't have any short rests left today, so I don't think I want to use Armor of Agathis right now. I think I want to keep both of my spell slots.
No one's stopped me yet.
But honestly, I'm only keeping Wyll around to go meet Karlach anyway, so.
Strange things are happening to us. What festers in our minds may well impel our bodies.
They always disappoint them.
Okay, Scratch is the goodest boy. I'm definitely going to try to get him.
The dog lowers his hackles, his head tilted inquisitively. Convinced that you're harmless, he turns his attention back to the corpse. Around his neck is a collar etched with a name, Scratch. With a deep, heartbroken whine, the dog bows his head. The dog whimpers nervously, as if to urge you on. The dog looks at his owner with sad eyes. He does not move. The dog sniffs your hand, his tail swung low in understanding. He knows how to find you.
Meanwhile, may as well rob his owner blind.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
What happened to you?
Back off. Nose. Claws. Teeth.
Why were you in the forest?
Let this delivery to Baldur's Gate.
Where did you keep the letters?
In bag. Standard issue.
Who are you?
Gunwick.
And what is your profession?
Runner. Fleetfoot. Courier company.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
I saw you training those children. You were so gentle. That's not how I was taught. I wouldn't quite say that. I learned a lesson after all.
Strange. It looks healthy.
A dead boar. But it doesn't look like it's been touched by scavengers.
Examine it.
The boar seems to be fresh, only a few hours dead. But you can't find any sign of a wound.
I hope you don't. Goblins ahead. Looks like they're laying an ambush.
Oh, the adventurers.
Thought you was busy with the foul bloods in Elson's Grove.
I thought you were busy leading your crew.
Not no more. The contract didn't mention no goblins. I would have prepped the lads, brought better weapons.
What was the contract?
The kind that leaves half your crew dead. There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts. But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it.
Let's say I want that gold. Where would I find the relic?
It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us. I'd give you a map of the temple and wish you a happy funeral. But my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own sodger. Goblins made short of the fat old chunk. All I've got's the contract. Can show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying.
I hear the druid's leader went with you.
As soon as he heard we had a contract to find that Night Song relic, he was more eager than a hound in heat. When the goblins jumped us, most of my crew scarpered, just like I taught them to. The old codger didn't.
Hand over that contract. Maybe I'll get the relic and save the druid.
I'm just glad to be rid of the bloody thing. Happy hunting. Come on. You're wasting time.
You shouldn't be hanging around.
losing sight of what I wanted to do. I wanted to go get Karlach.
Can't give up now. How much farther can I go? A key. Wonder what it opens. One horn. The stink of Avernus. Advocatus Diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you.
You're the devil we've been hunting, Karlach, right?
Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
You saw the truth. I never wanted to serve Zariel. I was enlisted in her army against my will. Forced to fight, and fight I did. When I saw an opportunity to get away, I took it. Finally home. Or near it, anyway.
You served her. That's enough to damn you.
Be practical. She's infected, same as us. And powerful too. We could use her as an ally.
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
You don't know what you're saying. You're asking me to trust a devil.
Gods, you're stubborn. Karlach's not a devil and you know it.
Listen to sense now. I don't want this to end badly for either of us. You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I'm Karlach, but you already knew that. And you are...
I'm your ticket to curing that tadpole. Eventually.
Really now? First I catch a ride out of Avernus, then I stumble into a friend. Who's the goddess of luck again? I owe her a flower. Now that we're old pals, how would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? Little background if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good. Really good. Turns out I've got a knack for killing demons. That made me a valuable asset. Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me as her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. But devils don't like to lose their assets. Zariel liked it so little. She sent a bunch of goons, so-called Paladins of Tyr, to take me back. Problem is, I'm not going.
Let's send them back where they came from.
Fuck yes! They cornered me outside the Tollhouse just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Then we can work on evicting this parasite and take Faerun by their short hairs. Sound good?
She's, perhaps a little rough around the edges. But I suppose I can be smooth enough for two.
Sounds like a great plan.
I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off. Hang on though. Looks like you've got enough backup at your side. Not sure there's room for me. I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun stuff without me. Got it?
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly.
What's that supposed to mean? Lay it out plainly.
It means that a reckoning's coming. And I'll be the one to pay up.
What's that supposed to mean?
The truth will out before you know it. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance.
Penance? Should I be worried?
You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
Well, we're gonna find out pretty much immediately, because I think it's time to rest. And grab Karlach.
Well met.
I'd like you to wait in camp for now.
Are you sure? The blade stands at the ready.
Remain here. I'll come for you if I
just when
need to.
things were warming up.
What can I do you for?
So how did you end up fighting in the Blood War?
Trust me, I'll tell you all about it after we take care of the goons on my tail.
In your expert opinion, what's the best way to kill a devil?
Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
About those paladins you want us to confront.
Yeah, let's go straight there. Whatever those fucks are getting up to, it's nothing good. Just to say, by the way, they're not really paladins. Lackeys of the Archdevil playing dress-up as Paladins of Tyr. No honor among devils.
What do you know about the city of Elturel falling into Avernus?
Wasn't all that long ago. I never knew the whole of how and why, but I remember the devils slavering with delight. I should have looked after the Elturans more. Gone out of my way to make sure they were all right. The long and short of it was, I didn't want to risk my neck. I let them get on with the nightmare, same as I had to. But Avernus is no place for decent folk. I'm glad they got out. So glad.
Come on, we're headed out.
Hell yes.
She's gonna go for the tiger heart. And the obligatory showing you I'm still on honor difficulty. And it's time for some inventory management.
All's well that ends not as bad as it.
If I met the Roic reeking of this place, I'll never get the smell out of my clothes. I'll have to burn them.
Hello, Petal. Need anything? Any lotions or potions? Nay, bother, love. Come back anytime.
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Wyll, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
Gods damn it. Anyone but her.
God's damn devil, get out of my camp.
Now? But I'm just getting comfy. Call me Mizora. I'm Wyll's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Wyll. But Karlach's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlach, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless. Karlach meets the criteria, pet. Trust me on this.
You better not lay a damned finger on Karlach.
Don't you worry. That ship has long sailed the Styx. But a defiant pup must still pay his price. To wit.
Wyll burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet. There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo. Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlach, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Will, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that.
You must be relieved.
Gobsmacked, really. But grateful. Really grateful. I could learn a thing or two from a man like that. Hopefully we won't turn into mind flayers first.
Something the matter?
Something you're not telling me. I'm sure of it.
I don't know what you mean.
When we found the Selune shrine in the cave, you reacted unusually.
It's nothing, really.
Tell me what you're hiding, now.
Fine, I'll tell you. So long as it spares me your ham-fisted threats. I worship Shah, the mistress of the night. It is my holy mission to oppose Seluna, her teachings and her followers. It hurts. Now that you have the truth, please don't make a big fuss about it.
I don't care who you worship, we have bigger problems.
True. I didn't think you'd react so pragmatically. Perhaps I should have told you sooner.
In the future, I expect you to be honest. Let's leave it at that for now.
Gladly.
I said let's leave it at that for now.
So, Will did the right thing, and it earned him a set of horns. Let that be a lesson to us all.
Gods damn her, straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mizora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
Blade of Frontiers has some explaining to do.
I'll say what I can, but it won't be enough. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast.
How in the hells did you get involved with Mizora?
The one little question that put me out of house and home. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mizora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
I'm sorry about what happened to your master.
Master? Friend. I stayed with him until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you.
Still alive, so that's progress.
This is ridiculous.
Hello, Petal. Need anything? Any lotions or potions? Nay, bother, love. Come back anytime.
I was raised in the city. I'm more used to feeling cobblestones underfoot than grass and fallen leaves.
Before I went to Avernus, I'd have agreed with you.
And the Tollhouse Karlach wants us right up here.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Do you have any valuables?
Gold. Basement. Locked.
Where is the Tollhouse key?
I fell. Dropped key.
How did you die?
Jumped. To escape. Broken.
Who are you?
Vance. Toll collector.
And where were you heading?
Anywhere. Away. Safety.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Scout a bit
What's
first.
next, I wonder. I see a way.
worse than gnolls out there.
Nothing we need to worry about.
How about a dragon? Would that worry you?
I'd give it a bloody good fight, that's for sure.
Only thing you give a dragon is bad gas.
Forthwith. Such a long way down.
Interesting. I made it past them though.
Soldier. Yeah.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Let's just get out of the line of sight there. Alright.
The mission has to come first.
I've got a long road ahead. All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Let's let her lead the conversation.
Up to.
Please, no more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go home.
You can drop the act. I know you're servants of Zariel.
Zariel? Certainly not. We serve Tyr, Lord of Justice, and no other. Please, mercy. Half of us are badly injured, the other half dead. I admit, we ambushed you. An assignment from our gods, Tyr. We thought you a devil, and with your flames you proved us right. But Tyr will not consign us to our death. He is merciful. Leave us, and we'll leave you.
Enough of this charade. I know who you really are.
Enough! Enough! I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlach, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm never going back!
More
dull moment.
What comes now? Let me strike true.
Ready for another round?
No choice but to keep going. Have to keep going.
What fools these mortals be.
Bye forever, pal.
I don't fancy their chances.
Can't afford to let up.
There we go. Good enough.
I speak, they burn. Of course.
Let's end this.
Well, so much for peace.
Got to concentrate.
catch my breath.
Talk to me.
Creator. Destroyer. With haste.
What should I do?
Where do I go from here?
Soldier, I need your help.
Indeed. Survival is all that matters.
All right, Karlach, it's go time.
Got to keep fighting. I need everyone alive. Take two.
Non lo vede.
All
in here.
You should just stay there for now.
For the ages. Swiftly now. Another fight. Let's go. Roll in my favor. Still breathing, despite everything. Try me.
Can't give up.
At the ready. Still breathing, despite everything.
Fuck them. Fuck Zariel. I won't go back. I'm never going back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash.
Zarya won't get near you again. We'll make sure. Nah, tear this place apart.
Zariel's gotta stop fucking with me, you know? I'm done with it. I'm done with her. I'm free. I'm free. Get me.
Don't waste a step.
Maybe we should get out of her way.
Wanna dance? I'm never going back.
Oh. Oh. Get them out of here.
What path lies before me?
That ought to do it.
Charmed, I'm sure. Adventure awaits. Quickly now.
Making me sweat.
No one's stopped me yet. Another step forward.
Whew. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look?
Hot.
Careful, soldier. If I burn any hotter, I might explode. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close, till I've found a way to calm it down.
What does the engine allow you to do?
Burn, baby. As hot as I can tolerate. Makes me a beast in battle. Hardly remember what I was like before it. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those Paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him.
I wonder if they meant Damon, a tiefling weaponsmith.
A weaponsmith, huh? Not sure if he's the guy, but I'd love to find out. A tune-up would do this rusty heart a world of good.
That will have to wait until next time.
Feeling fresh?